Hello, this is Brian. Today is Sunday, June 7th, 2020, and I'm in the Angeles National Forest. I'm at a place called Alder Saddle. It is accessed from this right here, which is Santa Clara Divide Road. And then this right here is the junction of 3N17 and 5N04. 3N17 leads over towards Pacifico Mountain. This leads over towards Sulphur Springs, where there's a campground. I didn't really plan this very well out today. Honestly, I had other plans for today. Originally, I was going to come out and go up to the San Bernardino National Forest and hike a random peak near Sugarloaf Mountain, which is near the Big Bear area. But instead, I just decided to come out to the Angeles National Forest. And here at this junction right here, it is beautiful out here. It's in stupendous beauty out here. It's just a nice little area, not that far from Chilao, and not that far from Mount Hillyer and the Silver Moccasin Trail. I'm just out here, just trying to kind of contemplate where I want to go. I mean, I got a lot of options in this area. Could actually hike to the top of Pacifico from here, if I were so inclined. Not planning on going that far. Really haven't worked myself up to longer hikes like I should be. Been on vacation since last Tuesday, and today's my second to last day. It's the only time I've been out. Been really lazy. Just been very relaxed at home. But today, I'm going to try to find a firebreak near here. It's supposed to take me near a random peak. It's 6,178 feet. It's called Peak 6178. It's listed on Peakbagger. I think it's a provisional peak. So maybe head up that way. Over here, back at that sign, I want to show you something really neat that's going on. It's the Flannelbush, or California Fremontia. They're blooming like crazy right now. Since we're in June, they are really blooming hardcore right now. Look at that. What a spectacular sight. Absolutely stupendously beautiful native shrub here. Look at that. Just waxy yellow sepals. They're not actually true petals. Beautiful and exuberant plant in bloom. I know I've said this on other videos, and on my other videos, I don't believe I caught it when it was in full bloom. Look at that. It's in the mallow family. It's related to mallows and hibiscus. You can tell by the structure of the flower. It's an awe-inspiring plant. It's an awe-inspiring plant. It used to be listed as being in the cacao family, Sterculiaceae, in older text. But some people still list it in that. But beautiful, exuberant plant in bloom. Even the younger, smaller shrubs are blooming like crazy. So we're at a beautiful little crossroads here. See, those people are heading, looks like they're heading down towards Pinyon Flat, which is near where the start of, right by where the start of Sulphur Springs Road that leads you down towards the campground. That road's been closed. I think you have to hike in there. Might not even be open. A lot of campgrounds are still closed due to the coronavirus. But this area, you got a lovely set of Coulter and Jeffrey pines, interior live oak, canyon live oak, birch leaf cercocarpus. Yeah, wear a glove on my hand. Some irritated skin right here, so I've been trying to keep it covered. It's just, I don't know if it's I think it's infected. Doesn't itch or anything, but it's just, the skin's very tender. and it's not in good shape, so I try to keep it covered. But we should be able to pick up the PCT around here if I remember correctly. Right now we're on 5N04. There we go, Chemise. We're right now at about 5,000, I want to say 5,560 feet in elevation above sea level at Alder Saddle. I think it's 5,560 roughly. And down by Sulphur Springs you're getting closer down towards the lower end of the 5,000s. But it's beautiful out here. I think the PCT comes through or very near here. So I'm trying to figure that out, because I think the PCT crosses a firebreak, and if you go up roughly this way, it takes you to a firebreak that'll lead you all the way to Bear Mountain at 6,388 feet. I've never been over there before, and you'll see a lot of hiker videos on YouTube about that. I'd like to get up there one day. This time of year is probably not the best because it's starting to warm up. Today's actually a little on the I wouldn't say really super cool, but maybe a little bit on the cool side today. It's stupendously gorgeous weather today, actually. I was expecting it to be kind of hot over here, but we are on the cusp of another heat wave in Southern California. Last month May has been warmer than average, and it looks like June is going to be the same. But I have driven down this way towards the Sulphur Springs area. Might actually do that a little bit later. It looks like the fire break's right here. But yeah, it's beautiful country out here. Of course, where I'm going to be going, it's going to be quite exposed, so I'm not expecting a lot of shady pine forest. It's mostly recovering chaparral. Ooh, boy. Pretty loose over here. It's that decomposing granite, I'll tell you. Do it to you every time. I think this is a fire break that'll lead you towards the peak. I haven't been on a lot of peaks this year, as you can tell. I haven't really done a lot of hiking videos, but trying to make the ones that I do, trying to make them count. So here we go, steep fire break time. Should have maybe brought some trekking poles. This isn't too bad, it's just steep and loose. This should lead me directly to the peak. Probably have about 600, a little over 600 foot of climbing. Oh boy. I don't know if I'm going to do a lot of peak climbing today. Did write down a list of random peaks in the area. Have it on a piece of paper in my pocket. There are a lot of little peaks around here, since this is very hilly terrain. Wow. Starting to get some good views opening up. Start climbing up a little higher. Imagine the views are going to be insane. See out towards Winston Peak over there, and then Winston Ridge is behind the tops of the trees. And that peak right there, that's Pallet Benchmark. Not to be confused with Pallet Mountain. Pallet Benchmark is usually just called Pleasant View Ridge. I know I've mentioned it in some other videos, but Pallet Benchmark and Pallet Mountain, again, are two separate mountain peaks pilot benchmark is just called Pleasant View Ridge, despite it not being the highest point on Pleasant View Ridge. That honor goes to Mount Williamson's northwesternmost peak. Mount Williamson's. It's peak 8248. So, if I were so inclined, the way I'm going, I could take this firebreak all the way to and beyond Bear Mountain. But it's a lot more work than I'm really wanting to do today. Ooh, there's a firebreak going up that side too. Should be something worth checking out. Yeah, and I can see the firebreak going diagonally up there. Peak 6178. It's the highest peak along that ridge for a while until you get towards Bear Mountain. So let's see. Wow, how beautiful it is over here. Oh boy. That's over towards Angelo's Christian Camp. And of course that's Waterman Mountain right there. Yeah, I got a much better view. You can see a good view of Winston Ridge right there. And again, that's Pleasant View Ridge, the whole big long ridge that goes all the way down to Alder Saddle, and then it goes all the way down towards the edge of the high desert on the northwestern edge of it. So it looks like we'll have some steep terrain up ahead. Anticipating this to be a relatively short hike today, or at least to get to the peak, short in distance. But since it's pretty steep over there, probably be taking my sweet time. I think this area was part of the station fire in 2009, but it has come back incredibly nicely. Just look at that, all the yellow spots on that hill, it's all Fremontodendron californicum. It's all that Flannelbush I was showing earlier on. So get some pretty neat perspectives. There's a lot of Flannelbush around here. Usually you find that more towards the drier sides of our SoCal mountains. Also see it in the Kern River Canyon, I believe. Yeah, Kern River Canyon, you should see it going up towards the Sierras. Here's a nice one right here. It's beautiful. Well, starting to run low on battery power, so I guess I will leave this clip as it is, and I'll see you up along the ridge.